Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I really felt like doing something with autumn vibes, so like dark colors, green and warm shades, autumn outfits, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think it still could turn out quite wearable actually, despite all the dark shades. I tried to balance it with pale lips and all. And that's really all I have to say beforehand. Let's just go apply it. Now first off, very surprising, I'm going to prime my eyelids. If it looks like I'm already wearing eyebrow product, that's because I'm already wearing eyebrow product. I actually worked this morning and I always tint my eyelashes and eyebrows, but my eyebrows especially, they already look kind of pale again, so I wanted them to be darker. So I made them darker with a brow pencil. And I don't know, it still looks good and it's not in my way for the eye look, so I'm just going to leave it on. I did of course wipe off the concealer around my eyes because there's powder on it and that's just going to interfere once I do the rest of the look, so that's gone. Yeah, and now just priming the eyelids. Now I just dropped the brush. Anyway, I want to go for a bit of an autumn vibe today. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. And then specifically I'm going to go for the brown shades, maybe a bit of the orange. And also specifically this particular shade of green. If you don't have this palette, as always, you can just use whatever colors you do have that are similar. Like you don't need to use the exact same thing in order to be able to do this look. But yeah, I'm just going to start off with a transition shade just to set the crease and also to make it a little bit darker there already. Why do I keep dropping brushes? Anyway, I'm going to use this accidentally abused brush to, why are you black on one side? I didn't use black. I smacked it into a black eyeshadow, making it black. It could have been a disaster if I would just put it on my eyeball like that. But anyway, I'm just going to use this brush. It's more dense than the brush I last used. And I'm just going to use it to darken up the crease with orange. Because I really want a warm vibe in it. Because I'm just so ready for autumn. I think I was already complaining about summer in like, well, not complaining, more like nagging that I'm so ready for autumn. Like 5 videos ago when it was still full on summer. But I just love summer for like 2 weeks. And after that I'm like completely ready for autumn again. Because autumn is my favorite season. Halloween is also my favorite time of the year, so I already have like heaps of looks I want to do for Halloween. More than I can do in one Halloween probably, but anyway, I just love Halloween and I love autumn. Actually a little while back on a forum there was, yeah, I actually don't post there, I just read along, but it's, like they had this whole topic about things you're looking forward for in autumn. And like seriously, I was reading it. And it was things like pumpkin soup and pumpkin pie. And like, coffee with pumpkin spices. Walking around in the forest and like the scent of like the fallen leaves and all. Like the scent of autumn. And then there's your long walks and enjoying the colors of like the autumn leaves on the trees. You know, candles, sweaters, layers of clothing instead of as little clothing as possible because otherwise you'll sweat to hell. Yeah, like this entire thing of autumn, it's just my favorite time of the year. Like, I just love everything pretty much about autumn. I even love the rain. That's just really completely my thing. Like I said, summer is to me fun for a little bit, but not for very long. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush and a dark brown shade now. It's just to me a season that like, it really depends on your hobbies I suppose, but personally I don't like sunbathing because I'm kind of paranoid about skin damage, so I always wear SPF. I also don't particularly enjoy swimming because I don't want my face to get wet because skincare. I don't want my piercings to get wet because they might get irritated. I don't want my tattoo to get wet because the sunscreen might wash off of it and then it might get sun damage. Basically, I don't even mind swimming, I just don't want to get wet. That's the problem. So yeah, that's just really not my kind of season. The only thing really I enjoy in summer, that you can specifically do in summer, is sitting in the backyard and in the shade, of course. And reading a book. Preferably a horror book. But yeah, that's literally like all I actually enjoy about summer in particular. Like other than that, I'm more into spring when it's still a lot cooler. I hope you can't hear that really loud airplane flying over my house. But yeah, summer is just too hot for me. And then, you know, like in autumn you can actually do the stuff that I like doing. It's just way more my kind of season. Like, I can imagine that it's different if you like really like water sports, for example. Then I can imagine you really prefer summer. Like, to each their own, I guess. Like, what's your favorite season? If you want to talk about it, please do so in the comment section. Because I'm curious, like, what's your favorite season and why? I guess every season does have its nice things. Like in winter, of course, you have the holidays. And some countries get snow. We don't, because we're in the Netherlands. But yeah, that's nice too. And in spring, all the young animals. And like the nicer weather again, but like before it's really, really hot. Just switching back to orange to blend some more. Okay, done with the orange. Back to the, well, back. I didn't use this brush yet today. On to this brush, a short brush, and then I'm going to use that for brow bone highlights. I'm using a shimmery one today because this palette doesn't have one that's matte, and I kind of prefer to just go for one single palette instead of using 5,000 different products. Because I'm kind of lazy, really. Anyway, and I'm just using my big fluffy blender to blend it out of there without any extra product on the blender. Just windshield wiper motions until it's nice and soft. Then on to, why do I always need to think about what eye to point to? From this to this. First off, I'm actually going to use a paler shade of green. Well, more of a turquoise really, because I don't want my inner corners to be too dark. And I'm sort of keeping that a bit sharper because I don't want to blend this too far up into the crease in a moment. So I'm just making sure I keep quite a straight line there. Sharp line, I should say. It is a rounded line, but like a sharp line. So that I just don't get that color too far into the crease yet. And I'm just applying that till about halfway onto the eyelid. A little bit more than that. Alright. Wiping off the brush, and then I'm going to go into the dark green shade that I wanted to use. It sort of has gold shimmers in it. It sort of reminds me of Christmas slightly. But first I just want to enjoy autumn. But it just, I don't know, it looks like a warm, wet forest. I meant a cozy forest in rain, but somehow that just sounded vaguely dirty in a really strange way. Yeah, like cozy, like you're inside a cottage in the forest when it's raining and there's like this really deep, dark, glistening greenness of the trees. That sounded also a bit odd, but you get my vibe. And then like indoors it's like nice and warm and cozy and there's candles on and you have warm chocolate milk. That sort of vibe is what I get from this color. Yeah. Maybe I'm seeing too much into it, but that's just the vibe I get from this color and that's what we're gonna live with. Just making sure those two are blended together properly. And then I'm going to go into a sort of almost black, slightly shimmery shade with the small blender and just darkening up the outer corner a little bit more. Because I want it to be darker, that's basically it. Sort of like you have that nice like from pale to dark on the eyelid. Wiping off the brush and then I'm just going to blend it all into the crease a little bit. Just so the colors don't randomly end somewhere. And also to darken up the crease a little bit more. Because I just really want to go for like a dark autumn vampy-ish result. Now I was on the fence for a little bit about whether or not to apply eyeliner. Spoiler alert, I'm applying eyeliner. After that I'm just going to do my face off camera real quick because I feel like I talk a lot and therefore I'm pretty sure this video is getting long enough already. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly do my face base off camera because it's not all that interesting and then I'll come back to you. And we're back, or at least I'm back. You were still just sitting there because for you it only took like half a second. Anyway, yeah, I basically kept it pretty simple. I just used a BB cream that's by Essence and so old that I don't know if they still sell it. And I probably shouldn't be using it anymore, but here it is on my face. I also went for a bit of concealer. Of course, I powdered everything. And then I also just contoured a little bit around my cheekbones and my nose with a bronzer actually. And applied a blush. The blush is actually Autumn Peach by Essence. Is this shade. I don't know that they'll sell this, but it's just, you can see the color here basically. A very natural shade that will look good with pretty much any eye look. So yeah, that's that. And then back to the eyes. The under eye is going to look like this. And the way we're going to do that is by first using the edge of an eyeshadow brush and the dark brown shade to create a line below the eye. Fading it out towards the inner corner. And then I'm going to blend it out using a very tiny eyeshadow blender and the orange shade. And also, I just forgot to mention it, but my highlighter is a very natural sort of golden glowy tone. Very natural because I feel like with the BB cream I'm going to get oily anyways. And also this is just a very nice shade. I think it looks good with pretty much any season and any look. It's by KIKO, by the way. I don't know what it's called out of the top of my head, but everything I've used will be listed below the video as always. But yeah, it's just one of my favorites. Anyway, I'm just blending this out carefully. I don't want this to be too harsh basically, but I think we're good here. And then I'm going to use a eyebrow pencil, an eyeliner pencil, eye pencil. It's turquoise. I have yet to buy a green one. I know I've said it like ages ago in another video that I really need to buy a green one, but I still haven't gotten around to actually doing so. So we're still stuck with turquoise when I actually want green. And as usual, I managed to forget something. My inner corner highlight, that's going to be the same shade as the brow bone highlight earlier on. Now for lashes I'm going to use the Soulmate by xoBeauty. Of course I don't have to use falsies, but I want to use falsies, I just feel like it. But they're quite natural and quite long and they're just very, very pretty, I feel. Also I finally grabbed a new pair because the old pair was pretty much, the entire lash band was crooked and like completely broken. And I was too much of a cheapskate to replace them. I'm terrible. But anyway, I'm just going to quickly apply these. And they're on. I always feel like these sort of look like eyelash extensions or something. Very nice. I'm just making my bottom lashes play along as well. And then we can move on to lips. Seeing as the eyes are already quite dark and I did want to keep this sort of wearable, I'm going to keep the lips nude. So yeah, after that we're done. And we're left with the final results. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please click the like button, it would really help me out. And if you want to see more of my videos, mostly makeup tutorials, then you can always subscribe to my channel. Other than that, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope to see you next time. Bye!